psychic intellect and made you my puppet.
It's a bullseye! And here's your host, Jim Boyd!
Perhaps today is a good day to die. Prepare for running speed!
Sir, there's another starship coming in. It's the Enterprise.
Bone, your shoulder bone connected to you. Neck bone, your neck bone connected to you. Head bone, now hear the word of the Lord. Them bones gonna walk around.
Take evasive action. Green group, stay across the holding sector of each other.
Admiral, we have enemy ships in Sector 47.
It's a trap.
.007 Triple X.
Bond, what do you think you're doing?
Keeping the British hand up, sir.
Nobody does.
Sorry if I scared you. You'll like this bit.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Good evening, after morning. I hope you're all doing well wherever you are. Oh, my internet just keeps looking dodgy. Stop looking dodgy. Don't look dodgy. Oh, no, it's looking dodgy again. What is up with that? Here, what's it? Maybe, which one am I on? Let me go to this one, which is a little bit slower, but more stable, right? Let's see if this will hook me up. Okay. That's looking better. That's looking good evening, good morning. I hope you're all doing well. Oh boy, did I enjoy my day off yesterday. Now, why did I take a day off yesterday? And oh god, it was awesome. I got so much on. Are you getting me in a particularly splendid mood today, right? I'm feeling particularly good about life in general. So the entire Jewish holiday season, it's over. Done, right? Done. Like if you lived in outside of Israel, right? The holiday started on Wednesday night and went all the way through to Saturday night. Oh my god, I'll shoot myself. Well, I wouldn't because I've done it, but I wouldn't be like thrilled about it, right? So another 3-day one offline sounds rough, right? It doesn't need to sound rough. Anyway. So we had the last days of the last day of the Jewish holiday. Then we had Thursday off, right? And my youngest son was home from Gaza, so they came for what did we eat? We had a lot. Oh my god, again, so much food, right? So much. But anyway, I'm skipping the food. There's too much food to talk about. What did we make though? Now I'm trying to remember because I just remember going, oh god, no more. Oh, that's tasty. So really, for the first time in a long time, it was just me and my wife, right? At home for Sabbath, and we were planning having a real quiet time. No kids around. The kids are all grown up now, right? I could get my leg over, and there's going to be no grief. There's nobody around, right? I'm really psyched for all of this. We had really simple meals. My wife got into making bagels. Right? I tell you would think you do that at the first thing being a Jew. No, you have to build up to making bagels. Right? So my going to make a bagel. We have bagels for lunch. And she likes them because they're so much cheaper. Right? It's just like cost 1 shekel, which is like how much shekels are there? What's a shekel to pound right now? It's 1 shekel is like 28 cents around there. Yeah, I'll see what the dollar shekel sterling. What? Exchange rate. One of the choices Google gave me was shekel sterling exchange rate Doctor Who. What? So, okay, 1 shekel is 20 pence, right? Okay, fine. So there you go. So as opposed to 6 shekels, which would be what? 2, 4, 6, £1.20, it was 20 cents. So she's very much liking that, right? She's very much liking that. And then for dinner, we had fake chicken parmesan. You can't in Judaism. You can't put meat and milk together, or cheese products and meat products together. So we use fake, breaded chicken cutlets. We call them schnitzel, baby. And I had a friend come over. That's weird. During all the vacation, during all the holidays, and he said he never heard of such a thing. Like, what world are you living in, mate? Really? That's just bizarroville. But the problem was this, right? So Friday afternoon, Sabbath comes in at I don't know, what time is it? Like about 6-ish. Yeah, I know. It'll be about 5:40, right? Sabbath comes in about 5:40, and I was sitting watching TV. I started watching Venom. Somebody sent me a screen of Venom 3, The Last Dance. I never finished watching the second one. I kept falling asleep, right? And don't get me wrong, I like Venom, but like the superhero thing is pretty much over. I like Tom Hardy as well. It's just like, I'm glad he's making a living. I'm glad he found like something that's quite lucrative. But is there so not worth going to cinema for? And again, I only saw the first half hour, so it's not a review. Right? But no, it's not going to be worth going to cinema when I do review it. No, it's not going to be worth going to cinema for it. And I started like feeling sick and shaking. Like, I was like, no, there's no kids in the house. I just want to get my leg over and have in peace and quiet, right? I'm not sneaking around so some of my married children who are having a lot more sex than me, probably a lot louder, might find out. I'm like, really? No, please. Anyway, by the time Sabbath came in, I was like shaking uncontrollably on the couch. It was not good, right? It was not good. And then I felt better by the next day, right? But I was still like, sleeping like under the weather. So I decided not to do a stream last night. And oh boy, did that work out! Firstly, the clocks changed for us on Saturday night. I think they changed to you on. Was it Sunday night? They changed on Sunday morning, and I think you in England the same time, right? This is 5 o'clock for you, I think, right? I think, so you get an extra hour sleep, which I really needed. But because I didn't do a show last night, 1 second, hang on. How do I say no to this? Someone's trying to call me. I can't talk to him right now. Hang on 1 second. I'll WhatsApp him. Doing a live stream on YouTube right now. Can't talk. Afraid. Unless I've won the lottery and you're here to tell me. Okay, that's it. I had a live stream on YouTube right. Fine. Okay, that's jobbed. So I was able. I didn't have to make a fresh thumbnail this morning. I got a whole backlog of videos I had to make from like the live streams I've done, which I got way behind on everything during the Jewish holidays. I actually got a reply to somebody else. I just remembered. So I got a bunch of work done that lead me through to the rest of the week as well. And then I was able to start work early on my my paid job, my daytime job. So I was going to get more hours in there. Plus, massive life upgrade, right? They must have an English version of this, right? But I don't understand how it would work on carpet. In Israel, everything is like tile floors. Our kids got us a little floor cleaning robot. Thing is freaking awesome. Not quick, okay? It takes about 3 hours to do the main floor of the house, my bedroom, bathroom, guest bathroom, dining room, and kitchen, right? And living room, right? It takes a good few hours, but boy, it really works, man. It's like something I would never bought for myself, and I really like it, right? I really like everything being clean also. So that is really good. But yeah, I got well ahead And so basically, essentially, that is why you're getting me in a good mood. I'll have a quick show. I'll show you what we got coming up. Then I got too much stuff to get to now, which is like a real pain in the ass, right? I got way too much stuff to get to. I guess we'll have to cover some of it on Tuesday. I've got to review 2 episodes of Blake 7. You know why I got to review 2 episodes of Blake 7? Because I've stopped my rewatch of Blake 7 because I don't want to get too far ahead and I'll forget what's going on, right? So I got to review 2 episodes of Blake 7 tonight. That is very, very important. Look, the girls are very excited, aren't they? Sydney, you like a bit of Blake 7? Well, she can tell. She does. She does. May I say, Sydney, that outfit looks fantastic on you. In fact, ladies, you all look very good. You all look very good. Anyway, I put together some videos and stuff I'm talking about. Donald Trump has another best political photo of all time. Kamala Harris can't even pull off a rigged town hall. It's amazing to me. Pull off. Oh, I got to fix that. Pull A off. Pull off A. Yeah, I'll fix that. No problem. It's amazing to me. That town hall she did where she couldn't answer any question. Like basic job interview questions. Right? That's crazy. And she couldn't. It was like word salad. It's insane, right? To a friendly, that was rigged. She knew all the questions. She just doesn't do the work, right? Anyway, so I do like the Donald Trump with kitty cats. I just want to think it all works so well together, right? So we got that we're going to talk about. The video tomorrow. Doctor News shooting cat fire rumors persist. That is indeed true. Silverhammer's Blu-ray preview. Yeah, I did that with Dan. And my season 25 has been shipped. It's going to be a couple of weeks. I can't wait. Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I think I'm going to move the speech balloon over so you can see him twerk in more detail. Right, you're defeated, Doctor. Even Silver Nemesis got better ratings than you. Maybe I need to add some silver to my twerking. Well, there you go. Yeah, I need to move that speech balloon over. See, this is very helpful, right? Very helpful. And I got a little sneaky review of Susan's War. We'll not be getting volume 3, I'm afraid. I tell you, the quality, everything is so far down. I say, okay, over Sabbath, I was reading an SFX magazine from 2007. Fuck me, everything was better then. Oh, everything was so much better then. It's like how the world has just fucked itself over the last 20 years. Unbelievable. We lived in a golden age. We lived in an absolute golden age, and we didn't know it. And we did. I mean, man, 2005 to 2015 Doctor Who. I liked Capaldi's last year. Nobody else does. I do like Capaldi's last year. But I'm going to say, vive la différence. Fine. So we are in a axis point in history. I like. Remember this, was it Star Trek? I think Star Trek did this. Touched on this twice. It was one when it was the Voyager episode, Year of Hell. Probably the best Voyager story they ever did. That 2-parter, where it was the Kurtwood Smith, the guy from that 70s show, and also from RoboCop. The guy's like, "Can you fly, Bobby?" Ah! Right, that one. Right, that guy. He was running this temporal war, and so Voyager got caught in it. And they heroically sacrificed themselves at the end, which caused time to reset. And they're all like, again, probably one of the best Voyager episodes. And look, let's be fair. I know a lot of you out there like Voyager. I can't imagine thinking to myself, "Oh, I fancy watching a bit of Voyager." No. I mean, I can't imagine that's ever going. And that's with 7 of 9 in it. Oh man, she was hot that first year. Anyway, I digress. I remember she walked out in that outfit. I was like, "What? This is going to happen every." Oh, okay. Voyager's taking a step in the right direction. And also got rid of Kez, the string bean. It was like going from Perry to Mel, but in reverse. No, but the one I'm thinking of is the Enterprise thing, the ongoing story arc about the temporal Cold War. And there was like lots and lots of different futures stretched out ahead of you. And the ones where was a favorable outcome were like you wanted to have them have the most amount of futures with that favorable outcome. I see a very narrow path right now that we don't devolve into that, and that America doesn't fall into civil war or is fundamentally changed or falls into like totalitarianism completely. But civil war is more like it's a very narrow path. I don't think that's going to happen though, because what's going on, right? What I've been watching. But it is a genuinely narrow path on, because most likely case scenario is Donald Trump wins. I mean, if he gets enough votes to overcome the inevitable ballot stuffing, that I don't even know why they deny it. Like literally, everybody knows it's going on. No, they don't. People who don't know who know it's going on are the people who can't stand Donald Trump. But like everybody else knows it's going on. Like, why would you not have voter ID? It's like because that's racist, because black people are stupid. Well, that sounds racist to me, right? That sounds super duper racist. But I don't know. It's it seems so transparent, right? That they're going to do like the DOD, Department of Justice, was they've sued. I think I can't remember where it was. In Georgia? No, it wasn't Georgia. They sued someplace to make them put illegal aliens back on their voting roll. I mean, like, doesn't that say we just want to cheat? Right? That sounds a bit cheaty to me, doesn't it? I think it sounds a bit cheaty too. But anyway, I think right now we're looking at such a deluge of people voting that I think they're going to swap the vote. However, here, for example, this is a great example of this actually. We said the early voting is going on, and this always heavily favors Democrats. Now it's favoring. How much was it 17-point swing, right? That's a lot. Now it's favoring Republicans, which means people are very motivated to go out and vote, right? So, and also, I think it's 2022, the election in Arizona, the Republicans turned up on the day to vote, and the voting machines, it were weird, isn't it? It's really strange that all the voting machines in Republican-leaning districts were printing out their ballots at the wrong size. So when they tried to feed them into the tabulators, they wouldn't work. They just put them in the box. We'll take care of it. No, everything's going to be fine. Yeah, right. Weird that only happened in Republican areas, isn't it? Strange. Look, this is apocalyptic for Harris. It's like every time I finished a Jewish holiday or a Sabbath, something else terrible had happened for Harris, and awesome had happened for Trump. He did the Joe Rogan podcast, and boy, did that do good for him, right? It did very well. So Trump is ahead in aggregate 0.02. That sounds very low, right? So you've got to factor in. And by the way, if you live in America, get out and vote, for goodness, unless you're going to vote Harris. Get out and vote, right? Please, because they're going to cheat 9 ways to Sunday. Which is probably why Harris doesn't really care that she's running a shit campaign. Right? They're going to cheat, and they're going to cheat, and they're going to get out and vote. Your vote matters. Even if you're in some place where you can't swing the vote, right? You were in California. And California's never going to go for Trump. Get out and vote, because I can see the most likely case scenario is Trump wins what's called the Electoral College, and Kamala Harris wins the popular vote. I see then a strong probability that the Democrats in Congress, is it Congress? Yeah, Democrats in Congress will not certify the election, citing that Trump's insurrectionist, even though he's not. Look, doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. I think that's the most likely case scenario. But that's not what I think is going to happen. I think something less likely is going to happen. I think what's going to happen is what's been happening up until now, which is everything is going to go wrong for the Democrats. Just everything is going to fail. Everything's going to go wrong. Just like it did for the Republicans in 2020, right? I think it's the hand of God. I think everything's the hand of God, but I think this is the hand of God. All right, I think this. Firstly, I think it's removing plausible deniability for a Harris win, right? And I just think they're going to screw up 9 Way Sunday, which is kind of what's been going on. There's so many things going on, by the way. This meme is so funny. Are these accomplishments in the room with you right now? People are generally speaking very, very fired up. So take this for example. JD Vance and by the way, JD Vance is awesome. Oh man, Vance 2028. That's where I am right now. Oh, I mean, he will be such a great president, right? He will be such a great. How old is he? How old will he be in 12 years from now when he stops being president? Well, let's have a look how old he is. Because he really is awesome, right? Genuinely awesome. Such a great speaker. JD Vance. Age. 40. So he'll be 52 by the time he's done being president. Man, that's good. That's a good life he's living right there. Right? Good for him. Anyway, so this guy posted per Reddit. Went to early vote today. And there's no political merch site, right? I guess, because no one's wearing a white dudes for Camilla t-shirt. Woman comes to vote wearing a Trump gear. They said she can't. She calls one poll worker a dickhead. She's right. And rips off her shirt. Oh, you go, darling. Right? Rips off her shirt. Showed another person to suck her. And this is why she votes Trump. But people are fired up to vote, right? Fired up to vote. And it's been a disastrous campaign for Harris. I mean, really, relentlessly disastrous. And for Trump, that's been breathtaking. Okay, so this is something that I think most people have always wanted to see. Jake Tapper on CNN being completely destroyed by JD Vance. Like, completely. Look at this.
A basic question about network integrity. You guys talked about the Russia hoax nonstop.
The FBI was investigating it. The FBI was investigating it, so we covered them.
And so you took the words of unnamed FBI agents and put them on your network as if they were the gospel truth. You did it again.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I mean, and the fact he's scrunching up his little face. Well, we have the receipts, which we're going to bring you in a minute.
And again, a viewer of your network would have believed that Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin conspired in 2016.
No.
That was totally...
Yes. And that was your intention. You are lying now like you were lying then. You have no credibility.
And preposterously false.
No.
Well, that's
what you just said.
I mean, okay, I love it. I love it that he's bringing it to this guy, right? They're all on the run. Oh, it's great.
False. We covered an FBI investigation. I don't know why you want to talk about the FBI investigation.
You covered it in a way that gave credence to anonymous sources' accusations. You did it yourself. Your network did it, Jake. But again, can we talk about the issues that Americans care most about?
I'm talking about things that Donald Trump has said.
Yes.
If you have an issue with whether or not he's talking about the economy enough, that's between you and your running mate. I'm talking about things he has said this week.
Every single rally that he does, he talks about how he wants to unleash American energy so we can lower the cost of groceries. He talks about the fact that housing has become unaffordable. He talks about...
I mean, like, again, I don't understand why Kamala Harris doesn't do the same thing. It's so freaking obvious. Just do that.
About the wide open border, Jake. Kamala Harris and her allies, you know, it's interesting. Kamala Harris and her media allies, and I would put CNN in this category. You guys,
they wouldn't.
You guys seem to care.
Okay, yeah. Yes, they will, mate. Probably they wouldn't, but the rest of the world does, mate.
Tell you that they wouldn't. Well, they should watch your network more because you guys seem to care more about Donald Trump's past than the future of the American people. We're running this campaign on making the American dream.
I'm specifically asking about how Donald Trump is going to be president in the future should he win, and then we're being told
he's going to pursue economic policies that lower the cost of groceries and make life more affordable again. He talks about it every single day on the campaign trail, and so do I. What you're talking about is an anonymously sourced story, or one guy
nothing anonymously sourced,
or who one guy.
No, it's totally anonymous. I can't even remember what they said. He said he called soldiers suckers or losers. I can't. It's so hard to keep up with it. Like, or he admired Hitler's generals. Or I can't even remember because they're on completely bonkers.
Who was a disgruntled employee.
I told you
where
10
five other people pushed back against him and said that what he said was dishonest. So why don't we talk about the policy that's affecting American citizens and not what Donald Trump allegedly said, according to one guy who's pissed off because he got fired by Donald Trump?
Now, Jake Tapper, he's what we call, rabbinical circles, also psychological circles, a lying cunt, right? A lying cunt. So yeah, he said, "Oh no, we didn't push the Russian narrative. That wasn't us." Oh really?
Here it has dropped.
Okay, so this is him. This was on what 2018, I think, saying that nothing there.
Might not have produced everything of what some Republicans hoped for. It is regardless devastating to the FBI, and to a degree, it does exonerate Donald Trump.
That degree is total.
Why this is interesting and significant is that President Trump and others are trying to say that the FBI is corrupt, and they had this Steele dossier, which they say has been discredited, which is not entirely true, and that it's all because of the Steele dossier, and this whole investigation is based on nonsense. In this op-ed from the founders of Fusion GPS, that the dossier was taken so seriously because it corroborated reports the Bureau had received from other sources, including one inside the Trump camp.
There's obviously a big move to undermine the Mueller investigation, and we see it.
Yeah, because it was bullshit. Again, you probably can't, but look, appearance after appearance.
And people were attacked, and that can't happen again. And the idea that there are members of Congress or whoever trying to stop an investigation from going forward into what happened so we can make sure it doesn't happen.
I love the way they pretend it's we're just totally honest investigation. Oh, yeah, no, there was no agenda. None whatsoever.
We're back with breaking news in our politics lead. CNN is now learning that Christopher Steele, the British spy who authored the Trump-Russia dossier, alerted the FBI in July 2016 because he was so concerned then-candidate Donald Trump may have been vulnerable to blackmail. What's your reaction?
Well, unlike Biden, it was his laptop. Again, this has been thoroughly discredited.
So we've got a couple of examples now of genuine friends of the United States, members of the Five Eyes Alliance, an Australian ambassador, and a retiree from Britain's MI6.
Yeah, and they're all cunts full of shit. Right? Over and over, relentless. Grave concerns of accuracy of GOP memo.
Too much on a political document, the Christopher Steele dossier.
No, I don't know that the dossier played in this.
Okay, it's clever. Okay, this guy, he's one of the people who said the Hunter Biden laptop. Oh, that was Russian disinformation. You are a lying cunt, Clapper. You are a lying cunt.
Very much at all. However, some of what was in the dossier was corroborated in our intelligence community.
Don't believe what. I love how he always goes on Colbert.
Donald Trump is still calling this witch hunt. Okay,
they've caught a few witches, by the way.
They have.
Yeah, and weirdly enough, Jake, you didn't go around town promoting this every day. No, that wasn't you. What you said wasn't true. Actually, it is. Look at you.
There have been a few witch indictments.
Giuliani. Great lawyer. He has said that the whole investigation at this point has become absurd. It's absurd. Is it absurd?
No.
No, totally rational. I don't know if Trump was with prostitutes in Moscow.
We broke the story of the existence of the dossier, that President Trump had been briefed, and we did not mention any of the contents of the dossier. CNN.
See, I'm seeing this thing called Hitler fatigue. The more they say he's Hitler, the more he says he's a fascist. People are like, I'm done. You've been saying that for 10 years. You're full of shit, and you're absolute losers who are useless at everything.
But there's the FBI director talking about prostitutes peeing on each other in Moscow. It was almost exactly 2 years ago that CNN reported that President Trump had been briefed on the intelligence community's assessment.
Yes, Comey briefed him on it so he could then leak that briefing to the press.
Of Russian interference in the...
Yeah, on and on and on and on. Yeah, this is a great one.
Top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, Congressman Adam Schiff of California. Congressman Adam Schiff of California. Congressman Adam Schiff. 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 Have Democrats found any evidence of collusion?
Yes, we have.
You want the truth about Russia and possible collusion. I just would like the truth and facts to be respected again in this country.
Well, maybe you shouldn't lie relentlessly. But they're all insane. Is it lying when they're insane? And because look here, this is a was it from the New York Times? I think from today. This full-page ad. Donald Trump says he will prosecute his enemies. Oh, you mean exactly like Harris has done, right? Order mass deportations. Everybody loves that. Yay! Use soldiers against citizens. Yeah, you got. I don't think he has said that. Can you cite that, please? Abandon allies. Oh, you mean like don't do the Iranian nuclear deal that'll fuck over Israel, right? Play politics with disasters. What again? Do you not remember the absolutely pathetic response to the hurricanes? No, believe him. Oh boy, I believe him more than you. But here's the thing. Like everything Donald Trump just turns to gold right now. Like he was on Joe Rogan, and if this doesn't win you over, right, to get them over you, it's maybe I have a few things after this that might help you.
Float out the idea of getting rid of income taxes and replacing it with tariffs.
Well,
right, a 3-hour interview. I would love to see Kamala Harris do that. Love. That would be hilarious.
Okay.
Are we serious about that?
Yeah, sure. But why not? Because our country.
No more income tax. Holy shit. Okay.
Was the richest relatively in the 1880s and 1890s. A president who was assassinated named McKinley. He was the tariff king. He spoke beautifully of tariffs. His language was really beautiful. We will not allow the enemy to come in and take our jobs and take our factories and take our workers and take our families unless they pay a big price. And the big price is tariffs.
So I thought this was crazy when I first heard it. I've done some more research. I'll tell you after you finish speaking.
Speak like that, but he was right. And then around in the early 1900s, they switched over stupidly to, frankly, an income tax. And you know why? Because countries were putting a lot of pressure on America. We don't want to pay tariffs. Please don't. Believe me, they control our politicians. If you look at the kind of numbers that these guys make then and now, but we had a commission meeting in the, I think it was 1887. Think of this problem. We were so rich. We had so much money. We didn't know what to do. So they set up a blue ribbon commission on tariffs. And the sole purpose is what to do with all the money we had. We were so rich because we were taxing other people for coming in and taking our jobs.
So, okay. So people think, well, look, tariffs, it's going to make all products more expensive. So it's going to work like this. And I think this is why it does work pretty well. Let's say you're printing comic books, right? And printing them in China costs you, I'm pulling a number out of my head, like $1,000 to do 500, right? Graphic novels, $2 each, right? Whereas if you print them locally in the States, it'll cost $4 each, right? So, and that's double the cost. So, that would indicate that that would cost go up, but not necessarily, because once you add in the tariffs, it then becomes much more attractive to source things locally, right? With within America, right? And you'll pay like the $4 to print it, and the prices may go up, but at the same time, you keep 35% more of your income. You don't pay income taxes, right? There's no income tax there. You have a lot more money. And America in this case, or whatever country is practicing this, Americans do it because England could do it as well because it's a very desirable location to sell stuff to. It's a country that people want to sell to, right? But again, encourages local manufacture, local sourcing of everything, and it makes the other countries pay. It makes it more competitive to do so. It seems to be something that will just like, I don't know, like superpower your economy, right? To make you like a very self-sufficient, self-supplying country. So yeah, I am get rid of income tax. I'm 100%, 100% on top of that. But more than that, right? What's going on is it's not a fight for Donald Trump to get the presidency. It is a battle, and you know this much more in England, against pure degeneracy, right? And that's really what it is, pure degeneracy on every freaking level, right? This is look, this is not a parody. This is real. This is a degenerate Democrat ad, and it is shocking.
Oh! Sorry, you can't do that.
What the hell, man? How'd you get in here?
I'm your Republican congressman.
Have you noticed how they moved away from Joy and Brett Summer now? Brett Summer now they're almost certainly going to lose, right? So, why are you portraying porn and masturbation as good things? I understand they're enjoyable things. I completely understand that, and the reason why, I mean, even though I do all the smutty shit I do, I avoid porn. Isn't because I don't like it, because I super like it. Porn's awesome. I mean, actually, I don't know. Look, I used to watch Howard Stern in the 90s, right? And I was amazed at how insanely hot porn stars were then, right? Now I'm scared they're going to be mad and got piercings and oh god, like what's a porn star look like today? I'm scared to even look, right? I don't even want to know. But what? Okay. Porn and masturbation, again, I'm not regulating your life. I'm just saying these are not things that you want to go, oh, man, yeah, I'm really proud of my wank I had earlier, right? This just degeneracy, pure and simple degeneracy.
Now that we're in charge.
And fear-mongering. We're not going to let you masturbate, really. Well, how are you going to stop people getting to porn? Now, don't be wrong. I think the idea of there being free, unlimited porn available to everyone, right, with no age restriction, is a absolutely awful thing to happen to the Western world, and it's probably why we are in such a degenerate tailspin right now, right? It's I don't think it's good for culture. I get it, free porn. Who doesn't like free porn? I absolutely get it. There's an episode of Friends about that where they're cable TV, right? Suddenly they flicked to the porn channel and it was working. Then they didn't want to turn off because like it's free porn. Yeah, it's again, but I don't know. Like if this was something orchestrated by MI6 and the CIA, I'll be like, oh, that makes sense.
We're banning porn nationwide.
You can't tell me what to do. Get out of my bedroom, you creep.
I won the last election, so it's my decision. I'm just gonna watch and make sure you don't finish.
I mean, like honestly. There's so much projection going on there, but there's just this relentless degeneracy, right? Which is what we're seeing everywhere. This again, non-stop, relentless bloody degeneracy. I think, which is also quite epitomized in this. So Tommy Robinson, who for some reason is a total fascist. Never heard him say anything racist or fascist ever, but he is. Oh yeah, he is. These are the people who went and protested against him having a peaceful march, right? And again, this kid should be taken away from this woman instantly, right? Instantly. Child Protection Service should be really there quickly. Check this out. This is disgusting.
Okay, there you go. Show him your sign.
All right, let's see. Fuck off Nazis. Yeah. All right, would you like to elaborate?
I mean, I think he summed it up, really. Nazis are fuckers.
But, okay, everybody's a Nazi, though, you don't like, right? And what are you doing? Like, what are you doing to this freaking kid? You people are degenerate scum. Stop the far right. What, again, what? Stop the far right doing what? What are they doing? And this guy's got her kid to write a fuck off Nazi sign.
Okay.
Anti-Tommy Robinson, anti-division,
I'm pro the division of Tommy Robinson, right? All the people who like him, no, let's divide. But I'm anti-division. Are you just a fucking moron?
Palestine. So why are you...
Oh yeah, pro-Palestine, of course. Fuck the Jews. Let's do that again.
Division.
Anti-division.
Pro-Palestine.
Pro-Palestine. Okay, what do you think would happen to you in Palestine, you dumb cunt? Fucking hell.
So why are you here, Roshi? What do you feel about Tommy Robinson?
What are your thoughts on Tommy Robinson?
I want to eat him.
And yeah, he looks like a nice kid as well. He could be a sweet kid if you want a degenerate bitch. And you are like, look at this woman. I think, look, again, this is not, I'm not being serious, but there should be some kind of like AI thing that can scan what you look like. And if you look like that, you're denied reproductive rights, right? No, you can have as many abortions as you like, darling. None for you. You should not be raising people. I mean, this kid's probably going to grow up and be super right wing and end up like Alan Bastard.
I have to say, I do have sympathy for people that feel really disenfranchised, and it's fucking hard for everyone at the moment.
Yeah.
But
I mean, again, why can't you just like not? Why are you talking like this around your child? What are you doing?
It's the answer is not to be sucked in by this bullshit and divisionist crap.
Sure.
But again, you mean so? What she's doing right now is saying you shouldn't think about what you're doing or answer any questions, right? No, not at all, not at all. You shouldn't.
Yeah, and I have quite a personal viewpoint on this, having family members who are on the other side.
Sure.
I think so. There's so much division, even.
I think, are you causing the division? Right? Do you treat them like Nazis? Because they think there should be legal immigration instead of illegal immigration? Do you call that fascism? No, don't listen to them. Oh, division.
And I guess I'm one of the kind of upper middle class, so you could say it's easy.
Oh, really? What a shock! They got upper middle. You have to have money to be able to live like this, you degenerate cunt.
To hold these beliefs.
Do you think it is? Their argument would be we're the working class. We live in these communities where we see the problems. You guys say we're racist when we point them out.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think there is some truth in that we're in a society where it's very difficult to point out things that people are unhappy with if it doesn't go with the what is accepted.
Political correctness, Overton window.
They call it the wokerati, and there is some truth in that, absolutely.
I mean, like, bloody hell, if she's even admitting it, worst mother of the year. God, look at this. What's wrong with her? I tell you, her parents is what's wrong.
So to be fair, though, this says "fuck off Nazis." I'm sure they wouldn't consider themselves that, right? Do you think there's a bit of a double standard at play?
Fuck! Don't cause division.
Well, they wouldn't consider themselves Nazis, but there are definitely similarities in the.
I think you're much more like a Nazi.
The thing.
I mean, you hate Jews. You love authoritarians, right? You like socialism. You're basically a Nazi, aren't you?
They're saying and the ways that some of them behave.
Yeah.
So.
I want to be fair to both sides here in the sense
it's about actions, right? And if you're taking action that
you'll raise your kid to say "fuck off Nazis."
Is defy.
Well, whilst wearing a ski mask for some reason.
Other religions' beliefs and mosques and whatever it is.
Oh yeah, not synagogues. Fuck those Jews, right?
Then
their argument is, hey, we're Christians. The Muslims are disrespecting our religion and our children and our women and that sort of thing.
Those people wouldn't call themselves Nazis, right?
Sure.
So.
And you guys probably wouldn't call yourself like communists or.
Well, exactly. Yeah. No. So I mean, if they say "fuck off commies," it doesn't affect me because I don't consider myself a commie.
Why can't we just be civil, right? Why can't we do it? But I look. All the data is showing you that the worm. I think the world is turning. Right, the world. Oh, by the way, Speaking of which, lining up right next to Mother of the Year over there is this moron, right? Oh, fuck you. Listen, I liked your Doctor Who, but don't, like, what the fuck? I'd love you to explain what you want to stop Tommy Robinson doing, and what is the far right, right? What is the goals of these far right, right, Chris? I'd love you to be able to explain that, but you never will. And you know you can't, you don't. Anyway, it's not going well. We're about to wrap this up and get to the chat. So this comes from Jack Puzzlebear, who he says this is from a contact in the White House. And basically, Biden's still president, right? I really thought it'll be handed over to Camilla now, but I didn't factor in how much he absolutely hates, Camilla Harris. This morning, I think Biden conveyed to multiple advisors that the election was dead and buried. They know the internal polling, right? And called Kamala an innate sucker and too credulous from the starting line. I mean, she has run a spectacularly awful campaign, right? Breathtakingly. Absolutely slammed her schedule compared versus 45. Says the race has been a classic hare and tortoise, but the hare is stupid, not just lazy. They would have been better keep with Biden now, I think. I don't know. His coherency when asked about her second to second to no other subject. There's a special button in his head for her, and it's a moment to behold. Wow! I'm assuming that's Jeff Puzzlebeck, who's a journalist. Been referring to Obama and virtually everyone who falls him out as suckers and jackasses as well. I think you're probably going to be proved right there. I think you're going to be pretty scared. What a weird world like we live in right now, right? That I'm finding it fun and amusing that Joe Biden is proved right, and I am finding it fun and amusing. Bye, Rabbi from Another Planet's Halloween Madhouse. It's not Halloween to when? 31st? When is the 31st? Am I doing the show on the 31st? Thursday. I guess we'll do another Halloween show then. You can't have too many thumbnails like this. Oh, excellent, may I say. And there's something particularly dirty and sexy about Millie Gibson doing a sexy schoolgirl, right? Oh, that does the trick, right? Rabbi, is a Halloween madhouse really a thinly veiled excuse to get us into sexy costumes? That's exactly what it is, Millie. Exactly. And well done for picking up that. Cannot argue there, darling. Island Boy 699. Well, that's a lot of 9. You know, I like 69. I like the 9 a lot. Not a fan of the 6. Justin Bieber is the greatest. You know, not even P. Diddy said that after he made him his sloppy thirds, right? Really? The idea starters. I hope you're feeling okay, Rabbi. Oh, that's from yesterday. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. I'm feeling much better today. Darren says, hit that rumble and like button. I can't disagree with you there. Couldn't agree with you more. Come on, says that was confusing. Oh, I took that message down when I read that. Since when did the rabbi need an excuse for sexy costumes? Well, I always like, I try and tie it into the thumbnail a little bit more subtly, but also very not subtly. Jonathan Cox, hey, Jonathan Cox. Ingrid Pitt or Valerie Leon? Oh, Ingrid Pitt's a good one. That's a good one. Let's have a look. Who's Valerie Leon? Feel like I should know who she is. Valerie Leon. Well, certainly not now, but back then. So who was she? Bond Girl? What movie was she in? Bond Girl Valerie on spending 3 days in bed with Sir Sean Connery. That doesn't sound so bad. What James Bond movie was she in? Let me see. I'm trying. Okay, I'm looking. I'm trying to. I'll do Valerie on James Bond. I think it's going to be Ingrid Pitt, though. I think it's going to be Ingrid Pitt. Spy Love Me. Who was she in Spy Love Me? Wait a minute. That wasn't Sean Connery. I'm just confused now. I'm finding this all confusing, but you know what? Yeah. There are worse levels of confusion to be. Here, let me pull up a picture of her. I totally don't remember, and I love Spy Love Me. It's one of my all-time favorite Bond movies. Right? I mean, she's very sexy. Don't get me wrong. But I think Ingrid Pitt. I think we got to go with Ingrid Pitt on this one. Do a picture of her. That looks good. Every time I pull up a picture, there's like too fuzzy. Well, okay, this is a nice picture of her face, but you know, I think we want to see her body a little bit. So this is a Hammer Horror wiki, and again, very sexy. I still think I'm with Ingrid Pitt there. Let's have a look. Right. You, the jury, decide, right? You, the jury, decide. And Ingrid Pitt. Let's see. We go. 1 second. Press the wrong button. Verily Leon. Okay, 1 second. Ingrid Pitt. Was she in a James Bond movie as well? Can't remember. Oh yeah, it's not even close. It's Ingrid Pitt. It's Ingrid Pitt. 1 second. Wait. Did Ingrid Pitt write a Doctor Who story that never got made? The Micronauts or something? Okay, this is a pretty good picture of her. 1 second. Oh, this is the one. Yeah, this is the one that says my knees trembling. Well, that's too small picture. See if I can find a better better version of it. Yep. It's a bit better. And 1 second. Excuse me while I troll through this wank material for you. Vampire Lovers. Holy shit. Okay, I can't pull up. There's what? Vampire Lovers. It's an AI Intimate Vampire Lovers. Ingrid Pitt. It's made by Kate O'Mara. Kate O'Mara getting on with Ingrid Pitt. Bloody hell. Okay, I think I need a cold shower at this point. Oh, here we go. That's the one I was looking for. There you go. Doing bit of Ingrid Pitt action. I mean, that's just a good picture. So, yeah, I think Ingrid Pitt. Ingrid Pitt is my answer to that question. I gave it careful consideration, as you can see, right? Careful consideration. Where we're up to. Wait, back on real time, says Colin Archer. Greenwich Mean Time. There you go. People invented time. 8-bit Snick Boy's here. 8-bit Snick Boy. Steve is here. Doing Steve. Thank you for joining us. Who else we got? Blah, blah, blah. Steve says ballot staffing is going on around 250 false ballots in PA. Yeah, 250. Yeah, but again, I just think it seems to me the way things are going is all their plans are turned to ashes in their mouth. Right? That's why I think he just again because I believe in God. Right? And I just think, well, you know that the assassination in the 70s survived, the lawfare he survived. It all somewhat miraculous. On Strictly last night, a cut says OT starters. A couple danced to the music that was the 2016 election meltdown compilation. I can't put a smile on my face. That is funny. No idea to buy a car or buy a beer, but need an idea to buy a car and buy a beer. Need an idea for freaking everything, right? The tablet mismatched what's happened in 2020, 2022. PD Rich is here. PD Rich, thank you for joining us. It's going to end with. It's going to be the end of the Dominion War. Well, yeah, we thought that worked out pretty well. Then we saw Picard season 3, which they just got it the final season. Was fantastic, right? His hand needs to act more directly and push the camel toe downstairs. Okay, no, I can't advocate violence. That's bad, but that was funny. Mrs. Lisa Pertwes-Gower is here. Doing Mrs. Lisa Pertwes-Gower. I hope you're doing well. Oh, you started. I'm sure I said hello to you, right? I'm sure I said hello to you. If I didn't, I certainly did now. Right, I'm whizzing through the chat. Calling everything Godwin's Law is really a good move, but it's a wonder they're doing Springtime for Hitler for producer. What? I have no idea what that meant, but I do like the producers, right? How are you feeling? How are you feeling about? I'm just feeling better, thank God. Steve asks, first thing that needs to be done, or comments, so first thing that needs to be done is remove the free shipping con PRC uses to bilk everyone. Yes. Who's PRC? I have no idea. People's Republic of China, maybe. You can tell how warped, at least by our side, the left morals are, that they portrayed this as good. I know, right? Again, look, honestly, porn is not good for you. It's great. I like it a lot, right? I avoid it because I like it a lot, but it's not good for you. Genuinely, it's not good for you. Steven's banned from Facebook. One of the reasons I'm banned from Facebook because I objected to OnlyFans adverts on Facebook, which has a 13-year-old age limit. I know. And it's, oh my God, there's so many times I'm on Twitter, X, and I'm searching something and it comes up with porn, right? It's bizarre, right? It's like isn't porn accessible enough, right? Isn't like the unlimited free? No, we got to make it so you can all have it on the same app. You don't need to jump around. Well, that's good for you. What a lovely bunch of people says date bud is so normal. I know. Clearly anti-education on the side. Can't spell the word off. Well, you can't. You can't expect everything, right? As the other pointed out, not a single British or English fag amongst the wokers. No, they hate England, right? The only difference between them and the Nazis is this: the Nazis were nationalist socialists. They're globalist socialists, right? That's the only difference. I worked 7 years in Child Protective Services, and they would never go after that cunt. Can you imagine what the kid is like at school? Really? I bet he's a nightmare. And again, it's not the kid's fault, right? Sargon did a video last night after attending Unite the Kingdom March. I got to check that out, right? That's why I removed and rewrote it. CU_NT will pass why I'm banned. I'm banned on YouTube on a weekly basis. Well, I know you have to be careful with them. They're not Nazis. Her lot were the ones singing "Shoot Yourself" like Adolf Hitler. I know. Divining Dragon is here. How you doing, Divining Dragon? Thank you for joining us. What else? We have nearly caught up with the chat. Democrats will cheat any way they can. That's why they don't answer questions. They just lie about. But here's the thing: I have a friend who's dyed-in-the-wool Democrat. They just believe everything, no matter how contradictory it is. Right? I heard somebody say that. The November 6th could be the date of the biggest mental health crisis in American history. I can certainly see that being the case, right? P.D. Richmond, either Ingrid Pitt or whoever the other one was, at a con, I think, memorabilia 2001. Oh my God! But I had my entire DVD collection stolen 12 years ago, and it was big, so I'm rebuilding. Oh, that's a nightmare. That's one of the reasons I back everything up to digital. Like everything gets backed up to digital by me. Sorry, hello coming in. Fine. So when are we going to start with? Okay, I got to start with Blake 7. Then we're going to move on to Doctor Who. That sounds like a good plan. It does sound like a pretty darn good plan. So what am I up to? I'm on to episode 5, which is Animals, right? Which was pretty dumb. Here's the thing. It was pretty darn bad, but pretty darn good at the same time. Right? Wrong thing. Fine. Yeah, Animals, which, as I said, pretty bad, but pretty good. My love for Blake 7 is a strange thing, right? It's certainly a strange thing. Let me pull up the episode. You know what I watched last night? Again, when I took my night off, I watched Where did I start with? Did I start with Sopranos? Because I was watching Penguin and not enjoying it. I watched the first episode and said, I'd rather watch Sopranos. Started watching the second episode and said, rather watch Sopranos, right? And then I got about halfway through the second episode. I really wasn't digging it. I said, you know what? Why don't I just watch Sopranos, right? Wouldn't that be a great idea? Yeah. So anyway, animals. So the reboot, I know it's the reason. I wouldn't call it a soft reboot. I wouldn't call it a hard reboot either. It's like the reasonable. The semi the semi hard reboot, right, is done, right? It's over by this one, by episode 5, and there's a whole new setup. They've replaced Liberator somewhat unconvincingly with Scorpio and what's the name base? What's the name of the planet? Not Xenon base. What's the name of their base? Oh, not Echo base. What's it? Blake 7. I'm gonna look it up. Blake 7 season 4. Xenon base, was it? Xenon base. It is Xenon base. Oh, okay, look at me. I'm quite happy now, right? I'm quite happy. So yeah, they replaced Liberator with Xenon base. Not very convincingly, right? So much so that I've come up with lots of ways they could have done it and been in exactly the same place, and it would have been a lot better. But essentially, you have a guy who's not Dorian Gray called Dorian, who's completely based on Dorian Gray. He had a sea devil in his basement in Xenon base that sucked up all his ne'er-do-worldness, all his badness, right? All his degeneracy. And that way he stayed young and fresh. And I think probably died from AIDS shortly thereafter, as every attractive man on British TV in 1980 apparently did. Man, a lot of people died, right? A lot of people died. But so they replaced it with Scorpio. I love Scorpio. Don't be wrong. I love the model work. The model work's fantastic. I love a lot of it. I mean, really, it needed this update, and it became much more contemporary. I'm just surprised it didn't get another season after this, frankly. And I like Slave a lot. Oh, I love the design of Slave. So they got this base. They have a ship that had a sort of working teleport nearly there, and so they needed to get these crystals out of these bunch of strange accented, very hot women who also lived on Xenon, the planet Xenon base was on, which changes radically every time you see it, right? When we saw it in those episodes, I think episode 2, right? Power, which actually that episode has really grown on me. The more it sat with me, right? It's no, you're right. Everything. Well, I looked it up. Xenon base, definitely Xenon base, right? You mean unpaid intern? What are we talking about? I can't remember. Anyway, so they had a nearly working teleport. There was a weird battle of the sexes going on the planet on Xenon base, where the hot women had telekinesis, but basically couldn't protect themselves from a good bitch slap. And then they had these magic crystals taken out of them, and they were taken as wives, which to me sounds like they were raped. But then 10, 20 years later, they kind of like being wives. That's the strange thing, right? They kind of like, oh, it's nice to be with a bloke. But yeah, so then they had a working teleport, and then we had the bizarre space rat. I love space rats. Like Gary Glitter in space, hopefully a less paedophile, right? Who had this super fast drive, right? If Christian made it, it would be called Fake 7 and star a bunch of completely unqualified women. So they got a super fast ship, they got a teleport, And Servalan, I can't remember why they thought she was dead, but she's back. Oh, right, because she fell out the bottom of Liberator at the end of Turbulence. But she's back somehow. And now she's Sleer, and she's kind of a cryo lord, but she's climbing her way up again. This newly built Federation, right? So it's a redesigned show somewhat. Avon is very much oh my god, the performances that saves every episode of Blake 7, right? So anyway, so we're on was it episode 5, which is Animals, and I love these new opening titles. They are absolutely freaking awesome, right? I mean, just so good. I just think so much better than the original one. And again, thank you, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, for making all this possible. Oh God, and yes, Deep Space. I love that. I'm sorry, I freaking love that. They should have the Blake 7 logo come more out of the Deep Space mode. Now, when you finally see the logo, it's less impressive. Bum bum ba, bum bum ba, da 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 da. Oh, also, we have brand new eye candy with Suyin, Glynis Barber. Oh God, whose ass looks just fantastic in that costume, and Josette Simon as Dana. Oh, she's hot. Both of them. I mean, like that would be my all-time fantasy threesome, right? I mean, they'll probably kill me, but I don't know. And yeah, so Animals by Alan Pryor. Alan Pryor's got he's done a bunch, hasn't he? He was definitely a jobbing writer at the time. Alan Pryor, TV writer. Let's see what he's done. Alan Pryor's got a Wikipedia page. Died in 2006. Fine, did Zcars, Softly. Wrote several episodes of Blake 7. A bunch of novels. Let's see what episodes of Blake 7 he wrote. Is it not telling me? America, Armchair Theater, The Charmer, Perfect Hero. Okay, fine. It doesn't tell me what episode. Let's see if I can see on the Blake 7 page. Is there an episode guide? Series 2. No. Fine, but he's not new to this format, right? And, there's a big gulf between script and screen. And again, open up. I love these new effect shots. They are just fantastic, right? And honestly, what was this, 80, 81? It's so stepping up to really do the best that BBC could do. I'm really impressed with this stuff. And you can tell they're using a digital process of the Star Wars, mapping thing. Great model work. Oh, fantastic. And actually kind of like the new set. So we have Dana and Tanner out on a mission. See, this is why I had to review this now. I can't remember why they're on the mission. But something else, I say this every review. Something else I love about season 4, I like the thing, the sound that when they pull out any of their guns. So they're off to check something out. Again, I wasn't paying attention because I was checking her out, okay? Which I think is perfectly normal, right? I do. I think, yes. So now I've got to listen to it, see what they're doing.
I only hope your mad scientist is going to be worth the trouble.
All right. Fuck me, how did I forget this? So they're going to... They got a contact from a mad scientist that who apparently was Dana's lover, right? And they really weirdly introduce it, right? But they're on the way to find her. New teleport control. She beams down. I mean, even Tarrant looks good. I mean, like this is a very photogenic cast, far too photogenic for England. And there are these animals which are being augmented. That they run into. Tarrant's attacked and has to do a runner, I guess. Right? And I know she's sexier because when she's holding a gun. I've never been into that, but I'm into that with her. right? So they can't beam him back up. He needs to go back to base, doesn't he, to rescue her. And he's like, Og, let her in. What's he doing?
There is food there. Food, Og.
Literally, his name's Og. I was taking the piss, right? So they're saying, go get yourself something to eat. Let Dana in. And again, it's very subtle how they came out that they were. The vibe is that he was the person who took her virginity, right? And so they've got this very like affectionate and somewhat cold relationship at the same time. But again, it's always the performances and the human interaction, right? I think also putting it in such a very bleak and very, very interesting, dark dystopian sci-fi world, right? So he's been augmenting these animals to make troops for the Federation. And she's like, not happy what's going on.
Of the Federation.
Relevant to war, in fact.
Possibly.
Unless the Federation have become pacifists.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, he's making super soldiers, kind of a go-to device. At the same time, is this Servalan? Well, I kind of like this new ship design they got there. You can see Matt Irving knocking this together in an afternoon.
What is all?
And honestly, what's going on Doctor Who? Though the special effects on this are better than Doctor Who. So fine. So she's on her way to the same place. And again, I don't know how nobody knows she's Servalan. Wasn't she famous? And she's so Servalan. Oh, right. So I forgot. This is the one where she's working. Is this one where she's got a spy that she's working with?
Anything at all?
No, that was the last one. My mistake.
Name Justin, nothing else.
A planet hopper that can outrun a pursuit unit. Hovering over a useless planet that has been
Fine, so Servalan's noticed them. And again, you would have thought at some point they're going to be kind of happy to, for him to get his leg over, right? But apparently not. So yeah, they have to go back to the Xenon base. Again, great effects, great model work. It's been a long time since Till Avon shows up. And like somebody reading a review of a Blake 7 once, where someone said Paul Darrow doesn't act, he darrows, right? And he does. He's got this great like glower. Honestly, wouldn't it be great to see a Star Trek with a completely amoral captain like him? And I love that he's amoral. Oh, so good.
Mission control system.
60% capacity is now restored. The fault in anti-grav gyro remains.
We know it remains. We're trying to find it, aren't we?
So again, basically, it's a bit of like, what's the word I'm looking at? It's a bit of a French farce of an episode, right? Where Servalan's coming and they're trying to fix Liberator's Scorpio's coming, and the only person not coming is Dana's Imzadi.
Orders, Ball. I did.
Oh, right, and it's her dressing down a bloke and looking meek as always. Tell you, I'm really surprised I'm not more into, submission after being so into Blake 7. Because there's so much about it, about having men be submissive to Servalan, which I think it's kind of weird fare for like an 8-year-old's TV show. But there was a lot of that in there. But then Avon was always so madly he got the upper hand, right? So so fine. So he's saying you break the rules. I don't care. I made the rules. And then this he's in everything. Well, isn't this Brett Vaughn from Invasion? Right. Fine. Yeah. So his eyesight's gone. And she's had him. This is an old guy who she had brought up to see if she recognizes him, and I think he does. And then he goes, "No, I have no idea who you are," and it's not really good enough. And he's killed. He's dead. He's dead by the end of the episode. They sent Villa down to the like gunk tank to fix the fault in Liberator. I tell you, Villa gets all the shitty jobs. I mean, he really does. I don't know. I always liked Michael Keaton. Villa was totally my favorite character. I love a bit of Avon glowering.
Is the navigation system fully operational now?
No. It is recommended that a further overhaul of the glycoline ballast channels be carried out.
What? It's lucky you didn't get cleaned up.
Or boozed up.
Will you settle for fed up? It's somebody else's turn. Try and do it right this time, villain.
I would love to have a personal like AI assistant with the personality of Avon. Honestly, the animals in the plot become the least interesting thing, and she tries to make friends with them. I can't remember what happens. I don't really care, frankly. Oh God, yes. This bit's also weird. So they capture Dana, right? And then they use this weird. See, the animals are really completely somewhat irrelevant to the whole episode. They're just a MacGuffin to get everybody in the place together. And this weird hypnotherapy performed by Sutherland to make her hate her lover, who apparently she. Up until this point, I thought she had affection for him because she was like, her first, and then, but now she's desperately in love with him, right? So Sutherland does this thing to get information to find out about this guy, convincing her that she hates him. Brainwashed her, and again another great Scorpio shot. Oh, I wish they had so much great Liberator. And so now he thinks that what's-name's dead, Dana's dead, so he goes and has a skinful. Oh, yeah, can I get more of that shot? I didn't even get a hand job from little Dana. Ba-ba-ba. Okay, so she's convinced she hates him, and now spoiler warning. It's only 44 years old. Spoiler warning. Actually, what year did this come from? Hang on. 81. Fine. So then these new Federation guards show up, which are a lot sexier, but again, this seems like a weird porno version of Blake 7.
It can be
reversed. With their outfits. So she's convinced them. Finally, Avon and the rest crew show up. Paul Darrow's pissed off. He has to go to location. And also, I mean, man, it's a very good-looking cast, this, isn't it? It's strange for an English show to have such a good-looking cast. These are the animals he's been working on, and he's going to be brown bread by the end of it. Much like what's his name was. Did he die off screen? No, I don't know who you are at all. Honestly. Oh right, so he was giving him shit before because he launched. He sent that guy to him on a ship which didn't have a flight plan, right, which is illegal. And said, I make the rules. And now because he's flying back, and she blows him up. Do we see him blow up?
Is everything satisfactory?
When you dispatched Ardis here to me, did his pilot file a flight plan?
No, Commissioner. Everything was as you instructed.
They never arrived here, Bull.
But they must have done.
Did we see it blow up? I can't remember. Was it just before? Oh, that looks like a control they're using to blow something up. Off you go then, to your death. Don't worry, darling. So no, but that was just a communicator talk to the lackey. Oh, there he is. There he's about to go. Let's listen.
Record on a scientist named Justin, a genetic.
again, I just want to point out how contemporary, like what a shift this season's made. Look how 80s their hair are, the early 80s. Very what's her name? Not Sinead O'Connor, who just annoys me. Breaking Glass. Who starred in that? Hazel O'Connor. Boom. Okay, yeah, he goes. But I was going to be in time slip soon. Fine. So they make it down. They get Dana. You know this guy's going to get killed. And I think they've. I love them charging in. Like for essentially a pilot crew, how does he have such like intense control over the crew? I forgot he did that and he slipped. Oh God, I love the BBC. Let's see that again. And he carries it off really well, right? He carries it off excellently. So they get him, and now they're going to brainwash Dana into loving him again, which is okay. I want to show you this. It's the weirdest brainwashing scene I've ever seen. Doink.
Dana, respond. You love him. You love him, Dana.
I mean, that's just somebody else who can stand it saying that over and over again. And so they make it off somehow. But of course, he dies. Yeah, she dies tragically. And I can't remember this. How did she go for the ship? How did you get off the ship?
Captain, prepare for immediate liftoff.
I think maybe they landed then. I don't know. But again, thoroughly enjoyable. 50 minutes of TV, right? Thoroughly enjoyable. I'm just loving this rewatch, right? Absolutely loving it. Obviously, yeah, you knew his girl was going to be brown bed by the end of it. Oh, they should have just left me hating you. Would have been much easier. All right, that was Animals. So next, I think far superior episode with the only drawback, right? Literally the only drawback is the chief monster antagonist it doesn't have a head and is clearly wearing an outfit that covers up his head. I don't know, maybe we should have bowed it. It's not very successful. I mean, Zaphod Beetlebrox's second head, way more successful. That gives you an idea of how unsuccessful it was. Headhunter. Again, interesting little story. Roger Parks. So again, the ongoing theme right now is they're going and picking up as many scientists and things like that as they can for this future rebellion they're going to have. It's slave talking. I love slave talking.
Coordinates 850 by 281.
I like watching him talk. So they're on the mission this week. Oh, right, to pick up. Is it who is it? Is that Blake 7? Blake 7 Head. Is it Headhunter? Is it the episode? Okay. Who's the cast in this? Plot. It was fine. Muller. Just Linda Bellingham. It was Linda Bellingham. Looking, I think, rather dishy, right? Rather dishy. So she's married to another brilliant scientist. This time, somebody who does stuff with robots, right? And they're going to pick him up because they're going to be helpful in their campaign against the Federation. Tarrant and Villa go there, which is a weird combination because Tarrant hates Villa, doesn't he?
I don't know.
Fine. So they have a teleportation system. Dun 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 dun. Oh, you don't have that this season. So yeah, this is the scientist guy, and something dodgy is going on with him straight away, right? He's like he's a bit very Frankenstein-y, right? And there's somebody there, dead as a door now, right? So somebody comes in, he clops them over the head, and they go to Scorpio. Then he goes batshit crazy and tries to kill everyone. Oh, he's got this very important box with a head. That we don't know it's got a head in it. Very, very important box in it. That again, the story doesn't really make any sense, right? It really makes little to no sense. Am I going to explain it retroactively? No, I'll wait for it. I'll come with the plot holes as they come along, right? Steve says, but say for the people, second head looks exactly how a humanoid with a second head looks like when he's second head always would be underfed with the blasting. I think you're reading too much. It looks like a radio control model, right? It looks like a radio control model. Can you imagine Blake 7 made with the current day SFX? Oh. See, again, that just hurts me because, wouldn't it be awesome? Like, wouldn't it be absolutely fantastic to do that? But you would also make with current day sensibilities. That's why I'm looking forward to the Blu-rays coming out next month, right? Brand new effects. Oh, what I've always wanted. Funnily enough, I was going to say, was that being hyperbolic? No, it's actually what I always wanted. I'm not even exaggerating. It's like I also got the second volume of the Doctor Who backup strips, which I'm loving. I'm still reading the first volume. I'm loving that, right? And so the backup strips as the collection, it's something I've always wanted. They're very, very interesting, right? I love what they're doing with them. So anyway, Tarrant shows up. The scientist says we need this box, very, very important. He goes crazy, and Villa accidentally kills him, right? So let's get him into this. We've never mentioned before this Medi unit thing. Again, I love a bit of slave talking.
Prognosis scan. Scan negative. Repeat. Prognosis scan negative. He's dead, all right. Confirmed.
I like it because as he gets more infected by this evil machine, he gets more grumpy as it goes along, slave. So tell Gina Bellman and Bellingham, and she's like, what did you do? No! Now my Dana Suyin threesome, I think I've got to let Linda Bellingham in as well. It would be rude not to, right? It would be rude not to. You know me, I wouldn't want to be rude. So fine, they're bringing him back, and the guy they clobbered to get out wakes up and he finds the body is headless, right? Headless body under the table. I think that's a good way of describing me many an evening. So the weird things start happening on Scorpio whenever they touch the box, right? It rocks around and tries to kill them in different ways. So they finally get and it's always when they touch the box, right? Villa tries to open it, nothing doing, right? So eventually they make it back to Xenon base, while Paul Darrow just simmers all the way through this. And again, look, honestly, this reboot would have been so much. You could have done basically everything the same. I like the new set, right? You could have had it like Dorian been working on a craft based on the Liberator technology that he found over a few hundred years, and put it into the space hopper. Yeah, at least I think that would have made a lot more sense. That might even actually been, but that had been the plot, but it wasn't very clearly set out. And I don't know what Glynn's Barber's saying here, and I don't really care. All right, I'm just happy to look at it. So they make it back to. Are they back to Xenon base yet? There's a lot of melodrama about getting back to Xenon base. And suddenly all the life support goes out, and they got to work out how to. So Aurak freaks out and says, "You got to cut off teleport contact with Scorpio, It's good. It'll be the end of everything, right? It will be the absolute end of everything if the scientist gets down here on gets near him, right? So all the again, the human drama going out throughout this, I think, is so convincingly portrayed that I think that's one of the reasons why this is just so enduringly great. So they get spacesuits on, and who is it? This is Tarrant saving Villa or Villa saving Tarrant? Hang on. I can't really tell. And again, I love how I'm going to say it's Tarrant saving Villa because that will make me happy, right? So then Avon gets talked into opening up the teleport again to go and rescue them, and they bring them back, but also the body they had has vanished. So they go back to Scorpio. Everything's fine. The body's gone, and he's creeping around in the background of Xenon base, right? Just being generally quite creepy, and Aurak is generally freaking out. There's a great little scene here.
Creations.
You, for instance.
It is vital that you render me inoperative.
I'm sorry.
You must then conceal me securely until you destroy the intruder.
Yeah, so that's the underlying thing going for it, and the basic idea is if this intruder does get hold of Aurak, it's the end of everything, right? And kind of like I wouldn't mind seeing an alternate reality where that does happen. That sounds like it'd be really interesting. So Gina Bellman shows up again. Data's been knocked out. Oh, and so he's back, right? And she's like, "Oh, my love, you're here," and she kills it. He kills her.
Let her go!
Yeah, that's a good death scene you're doing there, Gina, Linda, darling. And he has control over weapons. Like the Tarrant's about to shoot him, and
I said stop.
And he can make their guns super hot, much like Dana and Suyin. And Linda Bellingham, for that matter. So now they're running around Xenon base trying to avoid him. Right? They split up. Dana and Tarrant take on the scientist guy. And Villa finally gets a chance to get inside the box. Get in that box. And there's a nice little tense scene where Suyin creeps up on him, and he thinks it's the robot, right? And they think they destroyed him. See, this is a bit I remember from when I was a kid watching this, right? I have a very clear memory of this thing. Yay, we got it. And again, we've also seen this in just about every genre show, but I love seeing it in this one.
Now he really is a corpse.
Wait.
Oh my God! It's like those rocks are styrofoam, right? Does he get with it? Does he? Oh yeah. So he doesn't have his head now, and it's just clearly a guy with his doing this. It's just clearly that. But again, I think this is something I love about Blake 7. Right? It's played so straight, and it's so like dark and evil and dirty, right? And then we have these like really bad production values sometimes. Yeah, juxtaposed with what I think is very good production value, it just makes it so much more fun. Fine. So this is what was in the box. It was a robot head. And look, eventually, the story is basically that this is the ultimate creation of that scientist who then, and the plan doesn't really make much sense. The robot then killed him and removed his head to put on his head, right? so he will be taken back with them. But he really ultimately wants this head put on with them. He brought that head with him. But also, if he is a new species, and if he teams up with the power of Aurak, he'll take over Aurak, and they will destroy the universe together, right? So for some reason it wants the head. Why didn't just put the head on to start with? Show it moving.
That thing has remote circuit control.
Guns tend to blow up.
You are no longer masters, but mastered.
So yeah, it's humanity is basically done for, and they do a was it a runner? So I think that's not a great segue where they go out onto the now they're onto the surface of Xenon base, and it looks nothing like it did in Power. Now it's like the epic forest. I don't understand. Reproductive energy. Can you remember Chelmsford 123? I love that. When you could see the mattress being pushed into position for the knockout scene. I don't remember that, but what can you do? So now, he's trying to get to Aurak. Oh yeah, fine. So they remember there was an old abandoned hydroelectric station, right, which they can hook up as a trap to get this robot. But because you can't stop the water turning the hydroelectric dam wheel thing, and it's Dana and Tanner's job to go and get that sorted out. Well, they prime this this trap. Su Yin's is about to shit herself. She's so exhausted, right, coming up all these bloody stairs, right? And also Aurak is like, join us, Dana. You know, we will treat you well as our slave.
Clear. Join us, Sulin. We can fulfill your every desire.
Listen, I'm pretty sure that Sulin can fulfill my every desire, right? I'm 100% certain of that. So they get it all sorted out. They use Aurak as bait, and eventually they get this dam working. I love all the studs on his gloves. You know what? I think I said this last review. Every costume here looks like it was drawn by Steve Dillon, right? As I said, I've been reading the Doctor Who magazine backup strips collection they just brought out. The first one, as I said, the second one's coming soon. And they go between Steve Dillon and David Lloyd as the artist. This is so 1980 Steve Dillon, right? This is exactly how he would have designed things. So they get the hydroelectric dam going. Whoa! Blows up. Knocks out the robot. So now, was it Avon? Avon wants to put the head on, right? The scientist's crowning achievement. He wants to give it a bit of head. Also, put the head on because it's a conscience, right? And the conscience should be able to meter his incredible power, right? So he's like, yes, we're going to do it. And it's weird. We get a scene, an ending, very reminiscent to Doctor Who and the Silurians, right? From 1970. I mean, 1970, wouldn't it? Yeah, it will be 1970, right? Where the Brigadier, after subduing the Silurian threat, then blows them all up, right, while they're helpless and asleep. So basically the same thing happens here. Aurak gets them to put mines on everything. What happened to, how did he get knocked out? By putting the head on, because there's all the thing as he put the head on. So they mine him. And eventually Avon wakes up. Oh, good. Now this is going to be an incredible asset for our fight against the Federation.
The inhibitor head.
Like a charm.
Good. That circuit influencer will be invaluable to us as a weapon.
It will be non-existent as a weapon. And again, his reaction is very much like when they blow up the robot, very much like John Pertwee Doctor Who, when they blow up the Silurian. Well, that's the glove gone. He must be destroyed now.
End of problem.
right, Orak? Prospects for organic humanoid life are now secured.
Muller's android. Gone to the
Oh, the guy's name was Muller. But doesn't he have a pithy last name?
Great cyberneticists in the sky.
You fool. It's superstitious half-wits like you who hold back every advance we make.
And arrogance, Avon, like yours and Muller's, which threaten to destroy.
Shut up!
Again, you know, the human drama between these people, brilliant, right? It's genuinely brilliant, right? It's it drives the whole thing forward, right? Absolutely drives the whole thing forward. And I think it's why we're still talking about it. What, 45 years later? How many years? 43 years later? 44 years later? 43 years later?
Yes, master.
That's a great closing line. Man, I am enjoying this rewatch. I am massively enjoying this rewatch. So somebody said earlier, was it PD Rich? Can you, I think maybe it was PD Rich. I'm not sure. Can you imagine what this will be like with today's effects? Sadly, I can. And here we see the problem right here. One second, let me pull this up. Wading through pictures of Ingrid Pitt and Doik. Share screen. So I have no idea who she is. Sharon D. Clarke, an actress. The flack Jodie Whittaker got for being the first female doctor was ridiculous. Somebody said little boys no longer had a role model. Well, firstly, that was true, right? This push that gender is interchangeable is insane, right? It's completely insane, and it's always been insane. Dr. Alex is in the chat. How you doing, Dr. Alex? Thanks for joining us. By the way, if you missed Doctor Who, particularly Peter Capaldi's Doctor Who, head over to Dr. Alex's channel and check out seasons 12, 13, and 14, right? There are 3 seasons of Doctor Who he wrote. You can also get them book on tape. You can also get them as books, right? Good old-fashioned traditional books. And it's really, I would say, far more authentic and real Doctor Who than anything that's happened since Capaldi, maybe before, right? So the flack Jodie Whittaker took for being the first female doctor was ridiculous. It's ridiculous she's telling me that she took flack for it. She took flack for being shit as the first doctor. It was nothing to do with her being female. Most people were on board with it. A few proved absolutely correctly said, no, this is going to be a disaster. And they were. They were all proved to be 100% correct. All right? I like this idea that you can't work out. Like, oh, how can it be shit? It's got Jodie Whittaker in it. Really? You people are morons. I mean, you people are beyond morons. I mean, I think moron would be it would be a step up, right? Someone said little boys no longer had a role model. They don't, and it's Peter Davison, and he was correct. And have you noticed how everybody ran fucking screaming from Doctor Who from that moment until now? Oh, we're not going to make it woman anymore. Now we're going to make him black and gay, right? Oh, now we're going to make him, with trans companions, right? No one's interested in this bullshit anymore. Your weird, fucking degenerate bullshit, right? No one's had a problem with seeing black people on fucking screen or gay people on screen or women on screen. We have a problem with saying that's the cure for everything wrong in the world, right? Because it's stupid. Oh. So anyway, let's look at this article from Radio Times. Oh, God, what an imbecile. Share screen. Doink. So who is she? I don't even know who she is. Shandy Clark on being Britain's first TV black female detective. Who cares? Is this a realistic drama? Because she's probably going to be a diversity hire who'll be shit at her job, right? That will be a brave thing to do. I would love to see them do that. I think it's the idea that black doesn't sell. No, it's not that black doesn't sell. It's disproportionate representation of minorities doesn't sell, right? People are sick of it. I can't tell you why I've been I can't tell you why I've never been number one before. You have to ask the people who do the programming. Well, again, I mean, honestly, I would be much more on board with having like a diversity of talent behind the screen at BBC, but you don't. You have everybody sings from the same hymn sheet. This is what the BBC should be. It should be a YouTube-like social media platform where anybody English, right, can post their own content or whatever it is. And it's an open source algorithm which promotes things that are popular. And obviously obscenity is cut out and like racial hatred and things like that cut out. But like, so it's not racial hatred to say, I don't think women have dicks, right? That's not racial hatred. But like a genuine open source algorithm is promoted, and the things that do best get the budget from the BBC. Bottom line, right? The absolute bottom line. Now, I'm kind of happy when this is what the BBC should be doing. They should be doing, I think, 70% mainstream programming and 30% niche programming that wouldn't be financially viable. That's how it was in the, what was it, 80s, 90s. Right, like things like Dennis Potter. People like Dennis Potter probably wouldn't have done so well in a purely commercial environment, or maybe on the ballet or whatever. Right, whatever. The but that's what it should be. But again, you have no diversity in the BBC, right? And because you're black doesn't really mean anything. I don't want to register. Are you out your bloody mind? I gotta log in. Fine, okay. I'm reasonably annoyed by this, but fine. Register for free. I'll sign in with Facebook, I guess. Continuous fee. Okay, continuous fee. I think I will continuous fee. I like Tzvi. I'm going to continuous fee. There you go. Now it's let me do the whole thing. That's annoying. 2 women, 1 white, 1 black, are waiting in the reception of a police station. A cop appears to walk straight up to the white woman, assuming she's DCI Ellis, a detective who'd been... Okay, this is only in your fucked up little head! Okay, that's not what it's like in real life. A detective who's been brought in to help a failing investigation. The white woman shakes her head, and the cop looks baffled. He asks the receptionist... I mean, honestly, what year... what's it, Helen Mirren thing? What's the Helen Mirren? Helen Mirren Prime Suspect, was it? Prime Suspect. Okay, what year was that first out? Because they dealt with exactly the same thing. It's 73. Are you fucking kidding me? 1973. No, it wasn't 1973. First aired in 91. What's 73 then? What did I say, 1973? I don't know. So this first aired in 91. It is 2001, 2011, 2020. Okay, 33 fucking years ago. They're dealing with the same thing, right? Then it made sense. Now, also got 14.2 million. I don't imagine her shit getting 14.2 million. I'm sorry. This is driven mainly by 2 things. One, white liberals who want to feel that they're virtuous, so they pretend to care about race, while at the same time being the most racist people in the entire world. Like my Democrat voting neighbor, right, believes that black people are too stupid to get IDs, and therefore it's racist to ask for ID when you vote, right? And she believes it, and she's not stupid. That's the weird thing. Not stupid, but absolutely believes it. I mean, like, I don't know. There's probably more racism and bigotry now that there's been relentlessly liberals banging on about racism and bigotry than ever before, right? She also DCI. He asked where DCI is. She nods towards the black woman. When the cop finally approaches Ella, she declines to shake his hand. Oh, fuck you! Oh, fuck you! I mean, for goodness sake. Into a room full of white men in cheap suits. All of them turn to stare. Again, this would have worked in 1987. Not now. God. Oh, somebody was mean to me. It must because they don't like black people. Maybe you're an annoying cunt. Have you ever thought of that? Over the course of a feature 3-length episode of Ellis, Channel 5's new detective drama, Sharon Clark, as the eponymous senior police officer, forms a solid bond with Andrew Gore's D.S. Harper, but not before he learns a thing or two about his implicit bias. Want to talk about implicit bias? Why do you keep calling, saying that Israel does a genocide? Right? Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza. No, they're fucking not. And anybody who has any knowledge of anything knows that. Right? It's just because it fits into your implicit fucking bias. But no, that's fine. Fuckwits. Clark is a phenomenal characteristic actor. You said that about Shooty Gatwa. You said that about Jodie Whittaker. I don't fucking trust you anymore. Maybe she is. Maybe she is. I don't fucking trust you. Why would anybody trust you? Equally at home playing a grandmother in Doctor Who. Oh, that's who she was. She was in Doctor... She was killed on the first episode of Doctor Who. She was probably one of the best people in that, okay? And a doctor in Holby City portraying Linda Longman. What, a black woman being a doctor? How can that be? And again, I don't know what world they live in when people act like this. This is complete and total insanity. Holby's playing Linda Longman on stage and 29 revival of Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman, for which she won a third Olivia role. What took so long? Why are you concentrating on this? You weird racist cunt. There just wasn't the right. I don't know. But okay, how many major police shows have there been that make an impact? Not that many over the years, 15 maybe. Clark opens her fan, the bloody menopause, and continues. What? Wait. She grins and laughs a long, contagious laugh that seems to indicate disbelief more than anything else. I can't tell you why I've never been number one before. You would have to ask people making the program. I think the idea that black doesn't sell, full stop. I believe the people who make TV shows, the producers, are disgusting hypocrites in every way possible. So I believe they believe black doesn't sell. I'm sorry. I think that's nonsense, right? I think that's absolutely nonsense. Good things sell, and it doesn't matter about the skin color. I've always wanted to see, well, not always, many years I wanted to see a Jerry Anderson movie franchise. And I just think the perfect person to play Captain Scarlet is John Boyega, right? Okay, my thinking is this. Captain Scarlet worked because it was a very authentic rendition of contemporary spy shows, so spy movies, right? At the time, with the Cary Grant, Captain Scarlet. Today, everything's based around Bourne, that kind of thing. But Captain Scarlet also needs to have needs to be charismatic, right? So that's why I thought John Boyega, perfect, right? And then I thought, what would be great if you expanded his character out and made him married. Oh, how about this? How about having Nathalie Emmanuel, who were the only thing worth watching in that awful movie Megalopolis? She is stunning. Have him as a wife, then she can come under. But here's the thing: nobody would be going. Oh, I mean, they probably would in this weird day and age. But people wouldn't go and see it because it's a black man playing Captain Scarlet. No, they'll go and see it because it's a fucking awesome movie, right? That's all you got to worry about. Making a fucking awesome movie, and you don't worry about that, right? You worry instead about do you have enough black people, right? And it's ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous. When Jen got the call saying she was going to be a new detective with a black female lead and asking if she'll be up for it, she didn't hesitate. I didn't grow up seeing people like me on. I didn't grow up seeing people like me either. I didn't see any fat Jews in the towns of Weng Chiang. Oh, how will I get over it? Oh. No, I didn't see any fat Jews in EastEnders. I mean, yeah, Dr. Leggin for a while, but he was a bit emaciated, and I think they killed him off relatively early on. 18 months before filming started, Ellis in Belfast, filming Ellis in Belfast, Clark talked to a co-creator and co-writer Cien Ijuami Lebury. Fuck me. Who briefly adapted Agatha Christie's Murder Disease for BBC One about DCI Ellis's backstory. I wanted to have a multicultural place. He's from Tottenham. Fuck me. I hope you're not as dumb as David Lammy, right? Who went to the UN and talked about oppression and made it all about him. He's a fucking embarrassment. There's never been a man that looked like me as foreign secretary. Nobody gives a fuck. Are you any good at your job? Oh, no, you suck ass, right? That's the only thing that matters. If you're good at... Look, believe me. If I think Denzel Washington will be a better foreign secretary than David Lammy, right? It's a low bar, right? But at least he'll be able to sell it. Oh, God, this makes me want to retch reading this. I want to read from Multicultural Place, North London, which is where I grew up. Oh, so she's like you. She's tough. So you're playing cops and robbers. She's worked her way to the top despite endemic racism in the force. I don't fucking believe you. There's endemic racism in the force. I don't fucking believe you. Bottom line, right? I know if you're Muslim, you can say death to all Jews. Fuck the Jews. I love Hamas. I love Hezbollah. You can do all that. If you're not in the tier that will probably vote for Labour, if you sneeze in the wrong direction, you're gonna find yourself in fucking jail. If you tweet in the wrong direction, you're gonna find yourself in fucking jail. Also had a long chat with Irene Affle, Merseyside police officer, Merseyside police first black female inspector, about her experience. She told me that her colleagues wouldn't let her lead on anything, and she was like, I'm a black girl, I can take care of myself. Okay, it sounds like they were trying to protect her. I don't know. Two great detectives, both male, saw her potential and encouraged her to rise through the ranks. Well, how can there be with the endemic racism? Like they keep saying, there's all this racism, there's all this bigotry, it's everywhere, it's omnipotent, it's all going on all the fucking time. But but every example she has says the opposite. Inevitably, Clark also fed her own experience into character. Her mother was a seamstress who worked in Harrison, Selfridges, and her father, carpenter, moved to London from Jamaica in the early 1950s. Okay, darling, that's 75 fucking years ago, right? 75 years. Give you an idea, right? How long 75 years is. In 1945 was the first use of nuclear weapons on the battleground, right? Go back 75 years, it's 1870. You're using muskets, you're using cannons, right? And you should watch the Napoleon movie, right? Because around there, isn't it? Right? That's the amount of time you're talking about. From going from iron cannons that you had to schlep around to nuclear bombs, right? That you could, that's the amount of technology that happened. Sharon attended Ivy Travers' dance school in Stamford Hill on Saturday mornings, and she enjoyed tap ballet and playing a babe in the woods. Age 6, she said blah, blah, blah. 14, blah, blah, blah. Trained as a social worker because she's a great listener. I mean, look, she was very good in the Jodie Whittaker episode she was in. As a child, she loved Doctor Who, Wacky Races, and Grange Show. Oh, were there any black faces in Grange Show? Oh, no, the humanity. Listen, essentially, the black population the mass black population arrived in the 1950s. You're not going to see them in authoritative positions until the 80s. That's just how it works. In fact, Life on Mars and Ashes to Ashes really did a good job with that. I think both those shows in the 70s, actually, Life on Mars, there was much more endemic racism, but in the 80s set season, Ashes to Ashes, it was melting away, right? And that's what it was like in real life. Oh God, get your chip off your fucking shoulder, darling. Right? Goodness sake, will you stop? Everyone's got stuff they don't like. As a child, like Doctor Who, the family got a colour TV in 81, so my mum could see Diana's wedding dress and all its glory. That's a lovely story, right? That is a lovely story, right? And that story there literally brings bonds us together, all right? Because it's genuinely a lovely story. Should have television. There was no black folk doing stuff on TV. Well, again, that's not entirely true. One day I saw an ad with a black guy brushing his teeth, and the landline didn't stop ringing with his mates calling in disbelief. With her mates calling. And now, and there's more representation now than in the 70s. What, you mean there's more representation 55 years later? Really? Do you think there could be, because there's more black people in society now? Maybe? You think? What's it? Let's look this up. Percentage of UK population that's black in 1970. I'll say 75. Okay, let's say what? 3.2%. Is it that low? That's crazy. Wait, where is it? Where is it? It can't be 3.2%. 3.7, of course. And that's now. Why aren't there? Okay, you're under 4%, you dumb cunt. What the fuck? Yes, you'll find when you're under 4% of the population, you will see less than you. Why? Because there's under 4% of you. Oh, we must all be racist. What? So in bloody hell. In 1991, it was 1.86%. So I'm going to say in 1975, it was probably it was probably under 1%. Do you think that might have something to do? No, racism. Only racism, right? Only racism. If she had landline 97, she was one of the 8% of the population. Thank you, Steve. No. Not quite the was it 1870 is the Franco-Prussian War, mostly shot rifles, but one or two machine guns with artillery, and it explodes. So we'll go back 70 years further. Okay. Well, I really do. I even like the extended edition of Napoleon. All right, I thought that was really great. So she's won awards. Racism is just a thing. It's just an industry thing. Yes, it's not a British thing. It's an industry thing. Yes, I believe you, right? That I believe you, and fuck me. I would have every person in the television industry that has a display, especially on the production level, right? With the people in power who has displayed racism, I will be quite happy. And again, I'm not really mean this because I don't advocate violence, but to get two bricks like this and put their testicles in between and go, BAM! Right? And we'll find something else to do for the leaders. Right? I'll be quite happy. Yeah, no, that's your industry is full of nasty, evil, vicious cunts. Don't think that's the British population. Right? There's you've got to be a nasty, vicious, evil cunt to make it in that industry. It's how I live my life. I still have to say excuse me several times when people are standing in the doorway. I have to say that too. Right? What the fuck's wrong with you? She repeats, excuse me 3 times, her voice getting frustrated, and finally they say, oh, I didn't see you there. It's exhausting. Again, this is called living with people without being the king of the world, right? She finds herself at one point. There was an episode with 5 black women of all different shades doing a scene on primetime TV, and there wasn't a man or a white person in sight. That was the first when Clark left the show. What show was this? But Lola had authority. She was opinionated, strong. I walked past her first day on set and saw Robert Powell and said, "Oh my God, it's Jesus!" Powell played Robert. What's it talking about? Something at Holby City. Okay, yeah, wasn't that cancelled? Again, these benchmarks you make for yourself are fucking stupid. At one point, I was in an episode with 5 women of all different shades doing a scene on primetime TV, and there wasn't a man or a white person in sight. Well, that's weird, isn't it? Seeing as so you're saying the majority of the population wasn't allowed on populist TV. Well, that's smart. Maybe that's why it wasn't popular. Did you think of that? Maybe, darling. Fuck me, these people are stupid. I could say that I couldn't believe Clark's character Grace was killed off in Doctor Who, and she laughed. I was like, people, you missed the trick. Actually, that's true. Again, is Chris Chibnall racist? I'll believe you. To have all those different generations of women in the TARDIS was glorious. A black woman, a white woman, a brown woman, and nobody watched it because it was shit. And that's the only reason. If you made it good, people would have liked it. I don't think you can say the same thing about Shooting Gatwa, right? I don't think there's any way you can make queer Doctor Who with people liking it, right? I'm sorry. I mean, the majority of people, not just, the weirdos. So the flack she took for being the first female Doctor, she took no flack for that. You're lying. The flack she took was for being fucking awful, right? Fucking awful. And it was the opposite, in fact. There was this incredible arrogance and bravado. Let me see if I can find this. 1 second. Go. It's so hard to type without saying what I'm saying. Saying what I'm typing. See if I can find this. Yeah, okay, fine. Let me download this. Okay, this does not look like a person who is experiencing hatred and oppression whatsoever. But I saw that Alan Moore did an interview in The Guardian. We'll cover that, I think, on Tuesday or Thursday. Probably Thursday. That'd be good for a Halloween episode. Right. 2019, before any of her episodes had aired, she does this fashion show. Again, look at the unfounded confidence in her face in a second. Pulls up her hood and reveals who she really is. Again, this entitlement that you believe because you landed this role based on your identity rather than your ability. They like, oh, how come they don't like me? Because you were shit in the role, darling. When you can wear your full costume, what's wrong with you? Again, the arrogance that she had. Right? And it's here, give up. Oh, I'm Doctor Who now. Everyone's going to love me.
They gave me a Sonic. I got to strut my stuff in front of you beautiful, talented people.
I doubt they're talented. If they are, what are they doing there? Was ridiculous. Somebody said the little boys had no longer had a role model. That's Peter Davison. He was great. What the hell? Well, they didn't. They've got away. They've left Doctor Who because you're shit. Because all this diversity is not. You need to be about making great stories, and you're not. Right? Bottom line. What the hell? And now Shooty Gatwa is a funky, funny, charming, cheeky, sexy black doctor. Let me ask you, darling, how much Doctor Who did you watch beforehand? Were you a bit of a fan, were you? You know anything about it? No, you just know he's great. You know nothing about Doctor Who, but no, he's black and he's gay. And he's not good in the role. No, he's really not good in the role. Shooty Gatwa, I've only ever seen play horny black gay guys, right? That's the only person I've seen him play. Okay, I'll rephrase that. I've only ever seen him play horny black gay guys when he has more than 3 lines. When he has less than 3 lines, he can be in Barbie, right? He can be in Masters of the Air. But when he actually has lines and a character, it's always a horny black gay guy. And we're on the frontier time right here, right now, and we should always be pushing those boundaries. No, you should be creating fantastic stories that engage people, right? Do that first. Don't worry about the color or identity of anybody in your story. Just get a great, gripping, fantastic story, and then get the best people to be in it. Again, John Boyega being Captain Scarlet, I think was fucking awesome, right? And people would love it because it's good, not because he's black. Oh God, you people are so fucking stupid. Literally, it hurts my head. Right? Blah, blah, blah. Still talking Doctor Who. All done. Paddington returns to Peru. Everyone's favorite bear heads home for his greatest adventure. Oh, there's a new Paddington movie. There you go. Mate. Oh, and I got here. I said on the thumbnail. So I really should talk about it. Somebody sent me the Disney data, and it's not good. Right? It's not good. Now I've got to see if I can find it. Where are we up to? The Sea Devils are rumored to look more like humans. Boring. No, it's not that one. Hang on. If I did this last night, I would have found it easier. No. Maybe it's this one over here. No, not that one, eh? Sea Devils. But I mean, like, it sounds like it's toast, right? It sounds like it's really genuinely toast. It's not doing well at all. What's this one? This could be it. Nope, not that one. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's this one. Let me go back. Oh, okay, yeah. So fine. This is the information I've been sent. Oh, hang on, doink. Of all the people who subscribe for a month to Disney Plus to watch Doctor Who, only 30% of the review renewed after the first 4 episodes. I would have thought that's the first 6 episodes, no? Right? You got. I think you got 6 episodes. Here, 1 second. So we'll do a Doctor Who episode guide. Doctor. Down the tubes. Hang on. Where I'm up to. Right again. Doctor Who episode guide. 2005 to present. So when it was March? Let's see. The first one aired May 11th, right? So let's say you signed up on May 11th to get, or slightly before to get the shoot. So you got Space Babies, Devil's Cord, Boom, 73 Yards, Dot and Bubble, and Rogue, right? And you didn't get the Legend of Ruby Sunday and Empire of Death. Only 30% of the people who signed up for a month to watch it. That's terrible. Renewed to get the season finale. Fuck me. No wonder Russell Lee Davies is shitting himself, right? Because this is just crash and burn territory, mate. I mean, it genuinely is. It's just crash and burn territory. So let's have a quick look at this, and then oh man, it's late. And then I will toddle off into the sunset. Doink. Here we go. Share screen. So finally, always a sign that a series is doing well. They finally released 15th Doctor and Ruby action figures. Look, they look like well-made figures, and people who like action figures are raving about the articulation. But like, and that doesn't look like a playset they're in. That looks like a still. Although it could be a playset because this TARDIS is shit. So they're Matilda and Toy Shop shelves in November. So the exclusive version had you have that little mine he stood on in Boo. That is a good likeness. I really wish I liked this Doctor Who because that is a good damn likeness. Look at that. I think excellent. And look, this is one of the biggest problems with this Doctor Who. They should have had one episode or two where they glammed her up, right? I mean, yeah, 1 second. Let me just look over here. I mean, look, Millie Gibson, you have a world-class, insanely sexy woman, right? That they didn't use this at all. It's beyond me. It's beyond me quite how stupid it is. Here, let me pull out a few pictures. All right, I mean, like she's mesmerizing. And like what? They couldn't have gone to a space casino or something like that and had her dress a bit glam and sexy. I don't know. Like, how do you think that would have hurt Doctor Who? I think it probably would have made Doctor Who go quite well, right? I think that probably. There's one picture I'm thinking of, which see if I can find it. They were crazy to fire her. I mean, it's just the bottom line, right? They are absolutely crazy to fire her. And my firm belief is they fired her because she was better than Ncuti Gatwa, right? Okay, this is the most glam outfit I can find her in, I think. Doink. So here, let me get images. Doink, 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 doink. Over there again. Look, I mean, genuinely, it's a very good action figure. I cannot argue with you there. But it's also too expensive, isn't it? What did I say? They're priced at $17.99 each, compared to £38 for the two-figure Vortex set. It's a bit bloody steep, isn't it? Latest news. Doctor Who. Do you have the Vortex set? A picture of them here anywhere? No. Oh, people are holding out for the standard edition. Season 2's out. Oh, I can't wait. I could not wait. I'm sorry. I could not wait. Doctor Who's Gatwa and Garner win BAFTA Crew Awards. Okay. Is there a merchandise section here? New James spots Doctor Who for time traveling. Okay, I'll look at that another time, I think. Latest news. No. Can't find the Vortex set. But anyway, very well designed figures. And that I think. But at the same time, again, you know, the de-sexifying of Millie Gibson is baffling. Like, well, again, why can't they go to a space casino, right? I mean, like, why not give young boys some spank back material? That's it. It's not like you don't have any to work with. Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, like, they couldn't have made it look like this for one episode. You know, no. She's got to look frumpy as possible, right? Why hire somebody as stunningly beautiful as Millie Gibson and go, no. I think like young boys. Oh, they prefer something like this, don't they? No, we fucking don't. Okay, we prefer something like that. But this could be one of the many reasons this era of Doctor Who has been no inflatable action. This is the only one reason why this era has been a complete failure on every freaking level possible, and it has. a complete failure on every level possible. It's just beyond me how stupid it is. Well, and when I saw this story, I had a thought like, why haven't we seen an alternate invasion with action figures, right? That would be really cool. I guess it'll be too expensive to do, right? And you couldn't do it effective. I mean, look, they couldn't do a troll doll back in the 70s with it being effective. Yeah, you're paying for the merch, Steve. You might as well get. Yeah, if I'm paying £18 for that, £18 for that. I want to be able to see. I want it to be undressable, right? And there be a very hot lingerie underneath, right? That's what I want. I also understand I'm not going to get that, but just maybe have a look hot. I don't know. That might be good. Fine with that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to wrap up. I'm a bit cream crackered. Time to climb the wooden hill to Bedfordshire. I'll be back on Tuesday with more fun and frivolity, where we will discuss the pressing matters of the day. There's a bunch of stuff I didn't get to. There's so much stuff I didn't get to. There was what was the thing that leads to my? So I did the Sharon T. Clark. Shut up. There's a Stephen Moffat thing. I think Stephen Moffat talks serious Sherlock and storytelling more. I think we'll probably cover that. Alan Moore's giving an interview to The Guardian, trying to sell his new book, and it's not really being going down too well. Right? It's like, I mean, the interview. I mean, the interview. I have no idea. I have no idea about the book. The normal fun and frivolity, right? We will delve more deeply into them on Tuesday. Fine with that, ladies and gentlemen. With that, I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit the end broadcast. Well, yeah, hit the end broadcast button. Well, having trouble connecting? Please check your internet connection. Looks fine to me. I'm going to hit the end broadcast button, and I'm going to say good night, good luck, and may your God walk with you. And that with you will, the wizard.